Hello everyone, Kevin Gergley here from Techformality, the blog that focuses on tech guides, tech news, and tech reviews. And in today's video, we are actually going to be talking about phishing, how it works, what it is, and how to avoid it. So with that being said, just stick with me here for just a minute, and we'll go ahead and jump right into things. We are back, so we are going to go ahead and get right into things. And first, we'll start off by talking about what is phishing. So phishing is a type of attack that is targeted towards obtaining username and passwords from users that are directed to a site that they believe is the legitimate site. However, it is a fake website that basically just logs username and passwords. So there's a bunch of different ways that this occurs. The two most common ways are emails and browsing the web. So first we're going to go ahead and look at some samples, and I can explain to you what to look for in phishing and how it occurs. So as you can see here, I downloaded 3 sample emails from various sources. So we will go ahead and start with the first one. So the format's not proper and it's not as legitimate as it would look. That's because I am running these as they are downloaded email files. So stick with me or bear with me on that. And as you can see here, here's the first one that we have. So this is the email you get, and these are just examples. A lot of the emails that I see that are phishing emails are from either Microsoft or from Amazon or your bank account or some kind of banking or credit card. So those are the most common ones that you'll see. This is just one that I downloaded, so this is some kind of Frio group. So this is making it look like there is an encrypted message that is sitting here waiting for me to be read in an encrypted box. So as you can see here, there's a few things to look for. The first one is the from group. So as you can see here, it's showing that this is sent from this bhofer at friogroup.com. Now, a lot of the Microsoft, Amazon, credit card companies, all those big companies that they send these from, you always have to double check the from address. That's the first thing to look at. So a lot of the Amazon ones or your bank accounts will have an address up here that looks to be, it might say something at amazon.com, and this is easily able to be masked. So they can mask the from address to make it look legitimate, but most of the time it's only the actual label itself. So if you click on this and you would open it up, you can actually open it on a mobile device or on an email client. It's not actually letting me open it, but if it was a fake address, you can actually click on it and it would show the legitimate address where it was actually sent from. So a lot of times it's sent from some random address, .ru, .ch, .something. So it's not anything with Amazon or your bank account or anything like that. So that's the first piece of advice, is to always double check the sender. A lot of times your bank accounts or Amazon or Facebook, anything like that, they will not send you emails notifying you of a breach. So if it says anything like action needs to be taken, you need to click here to change your password, it is most likely a phishing attack, and to avoid that by deleting the email completely and not even clicking on anything. So as you can see here, it is showing us that we do have an unread message from this person. So if you hover over here and look down towards the bottom, you can see that this view message is going to actually direct us not to anything with Frio Group. If you look all the way at the bottom, it's I can actually zoom in for you. It's eurasia-art.ru/VIA. So that is redirecting us to a completely different site than what we actually are trying to get to, or what it is imposed to send us to. And then you can also click on this message file by clicking on the associated file, and you can click here. And if you look down below again, it's still directing us to that eurasia-art.ru. So it's not even anything with the company that actually it should be sending from us. So that's the second thing to look for. Whenever you are hovering over these, double check the address before actually going to the address. And if we go down here, These two do look legitimate. So if you click on freogroup.com, it will send us to Frio Group. So these are legitimate links. So these are just links that with text. The labels look legitimate, but they are hyperlinked to a phishing website. So just for demonstration purposes, we're going to go ahead and click on this view message. And as you can see, we already got blocked by our web browser. We're going to go ahead and visit this unsafe anyways. So it's showing us that we have a PDF file here waiting to be read. So we can click any of these options, and these are all programmed through JavaScript. So whenever we click on any of these, you're not actually going to be logging into Outlook or Office 365 or other mail. So if you look up here at the top, this is the domain name that we were going to be redirected to. So if we just click on the sign in with Outlook, it doesn't ever actually redirect us to an Outlook website. If we click on sign in with Office 365, it does not redirect us to a different website. It is all legitimate within this page. So you can see it just changes the logo here. So if you click sign in with other mail, and then basically it says we'll never share your email with anyone else. So you can, that's funny because they won't share it with anyone else, but they'll have it for their own use. So if you type in your email and password here, thinking that this is a legitimate website, you're actually going to have your email and password logged in their database for them to be able to use elsewhere. So if you type in your username and password for your email, just say it's test@gmail.com, and you type your password in, they can easily go over to Gmail, log in with that username and password, as they can tell from the domain name of the email. So that is one phishing attack there that occurs. So to avoid that, like I said, double check the from sender and always check your hyperlinks. If you are on a mobile device, you can actually hold with your finger over the hyperlink, and it will not actually open, but it will show you what the address you are going to be going to is. So that's something to keep in mind there. So like I said, this is a phishing attack, one of the examples. We'll go ahead and go to the next email so you can see this one. This is a email that came from, I'm guessing this is a email website. I'm not sure exactly what that is. So the test that I downloaded, it looks like this is the email address domain that it was sent to. So it's in your inbox is almost full, your incoming messages will be deleted. So it's making you think that your emails are full. This is a fake bar here with some fake numbers. So it's just an attack to make you think that you are actually not able to receive any additional emails until you delete. So this is actually trying to get you to redirect to a different website to log in. It's basically telling you emails sent to you when your mailboxes in this state are not delivered, and each sender should receive a notification of that fact. Please take action now to ensure that your mailbox is brought back under the limit. So if you can see up top here, this is one of the things I was talking about. You can see that the from name is this almamalakatv.com support. And this is just a masked name. If you actually look at the email address it was sent from, it's memberverifications@jetprivilege.com. So this is not a legitimate email address. It's coming from some completely different source than this almamalakatv.com domain. So it's not even a legitimate address. So as we see below, it's telling us to click here. And if you look down below, I'll zoom in again, you will see that this actually is a completely separate domain. It doesn't even look anything like this mail server that it's telling us to log into. And once again, this is just a hyperlink to this text. If you go down to the next one here, you can click on this link, and it's showing as well the same hyperlink. And this one actually has all the hyperlinks for all the links. So there's not one legitimate website. They're all the same. So we'll just click here and be brought here. So it is asking us, as you can see, it automatically fills the email address that it was sent to, making it look like it was legitimate. So if you log in here with a password, it will actually, you can see down here, this is funny to me. This is always funny just looking at threats and seeing how kind of dumb these are all programmed. Can't access your account. This isn't even a URL button or HTML button, so you can't click on anything here to redirect you to a different page. You can't click on sign in with a single user account. This is just text on this HTML page. So as you can see here, the password is asking us to enter here. So we're just going to enter 123 just for giggles. and it's telling us automatically invalid password. Please enter correct password. It's going to tell you that no matter what. So it's going to, once you type in that password and hit login, this is actually JavaScript as well, so it's scripted to automatically send to the database. So now they have a username of this email address, and then I just typed in password 123, so they're going to have that database action logged. So they're going to be kind of disappointed whenever they go to attempt to log into this email address because it's not legitimate, but that's the purpose behind this one. And as you can see at the top here, this is the domain name. It is completely long, has nothing to do. So this actually can be changed if we will type in test@test.com. Yeah, it doesn't let us change it. Probably. Oh wait, there it goes. So just changing that simple portion of the URL changes the website completely. So it's just sending this email as the name. So it's kind of funny how that works. But yeah, this is a non-legit website that is trying to steal your information there as well. And the final one we have is this Sharepoint Management Center. It's basically saying management has shared a mandatory document or file with you, preview docs. As you can see once again down below, it's redirecting us to a different website. This address is from SharePoint team, no replies or at sharepoint-server.com, which is not even a legitimate domain in any way. So we'll go ahead and click on preview documents here. And this actually has been blocked already by Proofpoint. So this one was already taken down. So it was a login page that asked you for a login and password to your SharePoint site, and that's how they would get your username and password. So that's the emails. Just to recap, just keep in mind to always look at the from sender and always be sure that your domain name and email address that it's coming from is legitimate. As I said, these can all be masked to different things, so just double check that email and then double check the hyperlinks in the email. And as I said, Facebook, Amazon, a lot of those places will never ask you to send an email, or they won't ever send you an email notifying you of a breach to change your password. Click here. That those are all phishing emails. They'll notify you some other way by posting it publicly on their website or sharing a newsletter, something like that. So they won't ever ask you to actually click here to log in to change your password. So that's just something to keep in mind. And some of the business side of things, I know that at my company we do get a lot of emails that slip through the spam filter that users in our inside practice actually have their names being masked by these phishing people. So they are actually just say Bob Smith, for example, is the executive director of a company. They will change their email address name to look like Bob Smith, and then they'll make the from sender look like it's coming from his actual email. However, if you actually look into it, you can see that the address that it's being sent from is not legitimate at all. So they're asking to send, they're saying, we're having a party, we need this many Amazon gift cards or this many gift cards. Can you run out to the store to get them? So that is one of the scams that are occurring in today's age, that users are being asked to do things by their bosses or so-called bosses that are fake. And once you send them those gift cards, they can't be traced. So that's why they're always asking for gift cards. So just keep that in mind as well. And now we're just going to look at a few other phishing examples of the HTML side of things. So this one is not, it doesn't have a valid domain name. It is just an IP address that I was able to obtain from a source. This actually looks like Discord, logging into the gaming platform Discord. As you can see at the top here, the Discord name is up here and the actual logo for Discord. So it kind of looks legitimate. But once again, if you look at that domain name, it's not going to be discord.com. It's going to be something outrageously, doesn't even look legitimate. So always check your domain name whenever you're accessing websites. Then it's asking for an email and password here. Same thing, it's going to always ask for your username and password. Once you hit login, it will actually go ahead and send that information to their database and log in their system, and they will have access to your username and password. So if we click on forgot password here or register, you can see that these buttons do not work. So these are fake buttons as well, so they don't do anything. The next one is a OneDrive. You have one pending document for download. There's a date and time up here. OneDrive file storage. It basically doesn't do anything. It's asking for a username and password. So once again, you put in your email, password, continue. These are all the same, and that will log your information there. The next one is Sharepoint. So this one's saying you have a Sharepoint document pending for download. List a file here. If you click on preview, it doesn't do anything. And then it asks for an email and password. Confirm identity to prove you're not a robot. And you enter your username and password, continue, and your information is logged. If you look at this domain name at the top here, 538.127.something.russia. So this is actually a Russian domain that redirects you to this site, so it's not legitimate at all. Here's one for Amazon. It's in a different language, so looks like German here. It's asking us to log into Amazon Seller Central Europe. So once you enter your username and password for Amazon, click this button here. It will log your username and password for Amazon. Here's the last one that we have. To read this document, access with your email below. The email's already filled out. So this was a email that was sent to somebody, phishing email. They clicked on the link, and this is what comes up. So it automatically fills the email address. You enter the password, click login, and it will log your username and password. So I also created a blog post about the importance of not using the same password. So in the situation that you mistakenly get redirected to a phishing site and you're in a panic and you enter the username and password because you think your emails are full and you won't be able to receive any additional emails, so you hurry up and type in your username and password there and it gets logged. Immediately change that password. And in addition, the blog post explains the importance of not having the same password for multiple sources. So for example, you don't want to have the same password for Facebook, for your bank accounts, for email, because if this happens in a situation, that phishing attack can actually lead to additional damages done. So if you enter your password here for this, we'll just look here at this one, let's see here, this OneDrive one. So if you enter the password for OneDrive and your email address is your legitimate email address and your password, that all that person has to do is start going to paypal.com, to your bank account websites, to Amazon, and trying that same combination of username and passwords in a different manner in each time. And then eventually they'll be able to gain access to your Amazon accounts or your bank accounts. So it's important never to use the same password on an account as well. So that basically explains all the important features, or not features, but important notices about phishing. If you guys have any questions, please comment below and I will answer your questions as they come in. You can also check out my tech blog at techformality.com. And that is a tech blog that focuses on tech guides, tech news, and tech reviews. There's a contact button in the top right. If you have any questions for me, you can shoot them over, and I will respond to them as soon as I possibly can. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helps somebody out. I know that phishing is one of those attacks that occur targeted towards elderly people or, some not tech-savvy people. So it is some kind of worrisome whenever you're browsing the internet or getting emails. I know my wife asked me several times, is this legitimate email? She always gets the Amazon ones, or Apple is another big one that she gets, that it's asking, her password's been compromised, log in to change, and basically it's from a fake sender every time. So that's going to do it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed. And I will also put in the description my blog post to the passwords and creating a strong, unique password and the importance of it. And that is definitely beneficial to keeping you safe as well. So that'll be all for this one, and I appreciate you watching, and please do subscribe as well to the channel for future videos pertaining to security on the networking side of things on the computer. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.